Woohoo! Oh, good morning, good morning. We are back at it again. As soon as our time came back, we loaded up and got her going. So it looks like I think we're going to Salt Lake City, where we are, from Phoenix. I think there's enough room. Broken up line. That is just too slow. You should put your flashers on if you're going to drive like that. Paranoia will destroy you there. So like I said, being heavy and planted, you just take it easy. Yeah, I'm really taking it easy, huh? I mean, you just don't do anything too much too little. You don't want to go too slow, you don't want to go too fast. There's happy medium. No reason why you can't just plug along. It's coming up on a corner here, just light up on the throttle, which we've already done. It's good to keep the power in the curve. They got this road pretty well sanded down. So if I needed to stop quick, I would be, well, first of all, you look way ahead, so in case you have to stop quick, but this shoulder road here. Is this thing open? It looks, I forgot about this. Yeah, it's open. But since there was parking there, I went ahead and stayed there and changed the wiper blade. Stayed at the pilot. If there wasn't, then we would have hit this next. And then gone to our time and then PC to a safe spot. O-Dot plow truck. You know, they had their chains on last night on 58. The plow truck drivers. I plowed Highway 40 and Highway 34 in Grand County with CDOT. We never used chains. We had a truck full of sand. We had a plow and then a wing down on the side. Temperature is 28, balmy. This is what radar showed last night, was this, no snow. That's why I came up here. Had I known what it was doing, I wouldn't have come up. No, I would have came up anyway. You can see where everybody pretty much rolls. It's kind of polished. That's why if you have to stop quickly, you get to the shoulder. Or split the lines right here. It's still going to be slick, but you're going to have better grip than where the tires have been rolling along. Cup of coffee. We're already doing 50. I do have wiper blades. I need to put the new ones on. Just because that one's kind of funky, the passenger side. Some more room between us and oncoming. Those guys losing control. Faster than I wanted to go, but I gotta get that lane was ending. back into it again a bit, but it's just spotty here and there. The snowfall. Some parts are thick, other parts are kind of thin like this. Traffic hasn't been too bad. A few people here and there. A little slower than they should be going, but to each their own. I was talking to that guy last night that ended up parking the same way I did. And thank God he didn't. He was hauling flour, so he didn't have to use his reefer. I'm like, the only reason I turned around, my reason was because the bunk. I want to be leaning towards the fall-off part, or rather lean towards the backboard. Anyway, I told him, I go, I flipped a Yui because of your reefer. And then he went and did the same thing. But since he didn't have it on, since he wasn't going to run it, I'm like, that's good. Appreciate that. Because I make a conscious effort. I forgot about this truck stop here. We're not quite to Klamath Falls. It is a nice stop, though. Nice and big. But that was 57 minutes from where we left this morning. And I had 33 minutes last night, so I couldn't have done it. Anyway, there's this one show, Asian Ma show, Mother Trucker. He does kind of news slash driver. Shows drivers cool trucks and stuff, talks to drivers. Well, it's about truckers. Anyway, there was a guy who felt the same way I do about reefers and APUs. And like when I park, I actively look for reefers and APUs. I'm not going to park next to one of them, and if so, I'll nose in if possible. Someone goes, oh, you can't back up, so you had to nose in. I'm like, dude, it's harder to back this out than it is to back it into a spot. Are you kidding me? Anyway, there was another guy who had a YouTube channel, or has a YouTube channel. He was training for Prime. He's a trainer for Prime. And those all are reefers and APUs. So this guy was sitting there, and there's an empty spot next to his truck, and he goes off on this guy, told him to go park somewhere else because he can't stand the reefer or the APU. And the dude was like, dude, it's a free spot to park. I'm parking here. I'm training this guy, and we're gonna park here. So the guy went off. So the guy blasted him on YouTube, and then the Asian Ma show picked it up, and then the driver who did all the complaining was out there trying to redeem himself on the Asian Ma show, another trucker show. I think he said he lost a friend or something. He was just in a bad mood, and that just set him off. And my whole point is, I was like, if I could have talked to him, I'm like, dude, I feel the exact same way you do about APUs and reefers. And so I make a conscious effort of parking where I don't have to deal with that stuff. You know, I had one time I was at a big truck stop and I was on the back 40. And I was the only one back there. There was plenty of spaces all around, but I was all back there by myself. Everybody was parked up by the buildings, and I went way in the back. And I got woken up at 2 a.m. to a reefer APU going off, and the truck parked right next to me, and that pissed me off. I'm like, dude, there is all this area to park, and you brought your reefer next to me. Why do you think I was parked over there by myself? You know, I didn't say anything to him. I just fired the truck up and moved. I was pissed off, yeah, but you know, that to me is rude. If I was a reefer driver, I would consciously make an effort to park by myself. And then if someone parked next to me, it's like, dude, I was here first. You chose to park here, so I don't want to hear you complain about the noise from either one of them. But anyway, yeah, he's definitely in the wrong. He you know, nose in if you don't like that stuff. If you're afraid, you know, the thing that bothers me is I'll sit up and wait till if I park next to a place and there's an empty space, I wait to see who's going to park there. You know, and if it's a reefer and he's got it running, because sometimes they don't have him running, so it's fine. But if one does show up, I'll 180 it, flip right around, nose in, so I don't have to hear them. But I'm sure not going to go off and blame them. They got to park too, you know. But allows me to do. Deal with it. Yeah, redo my cord here for my other dash cam. Looking in the Klamath Falls. I suppose I should probably try to get something to eat because I'm not going to find anything until I probably hit Reno. Okay, settled. We'll get something to eat here. Probably should change my wiper blades too. I'm sick of dealing with the streaks. Saw that camera and I thought it was for the scale house. Probably is, but I thought it was the transponder receivers, senders, receivers, transmitters. I guess it'd be a transmitter because my box here would be the receiver, but I'm sure then it sends it back to them too, so the transmitters. Anyway, what I was saying. Oh yeah, I'll get something to eat because it is going to be a while to get something before I get over to Reno, probably. Change my wiper blades. This lake here is just north of Klamath Falls, and that lake is not very deep. It might be 6 inches deep right there, the whole thing, until you get further to the right. Maybe a foot, I don't know. I was here was later, late summer. It was all dirt out there. Might have to top off the washer fluid too. Nothing worse than that thing getting low and it constantly. I mean, it's bad. Constantly beeping at you. I swear these trucks are made to irritate the driver. And that doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? You should be calm, cool, and collected behind the wheel and not pissed off with an attitude. But these trucks can bring that out of you. You know? Like washer fluid low. Okay, beep. Maybe beep once an hour, and then maybe flash all you want, but beep maybe once an hour. But it's every 10 minutes beeping, maybe every 5 minutes. I don't know. It's really, really irritating after a while. And if you don't have washer fluid, then you're really in a pickle. I'll see you in a bit. Not sure if we're going to get any more snow, but see what happens after Klamath Falls. Oh, that reflection hurts the eyes. Bit. Okie dokie. Oh, we really didn't hit much more snow. We made it to here though. Goldfield, Nevada. Been wanting to do a video through here for some time, but I always managed to be cruising through at night. I couldn't make Beatty, Nevada, so just shut down here. We have a coffee pot. Make our own coffee. Little Wyatt Earp town. Hit the D button for dummy behind the wheel. I don't think they have any gas stations or restaurants to buy coffee, so we make our own. It's the old Goldfield Hotel. Must be a mining town, an old mining town. .1907 courthouse to our left, fire station to the right, fire truck, bottle house. It's my DEF tank telling me that she's low. I do carry 2.5 gallons on board for a situation. I'm not going to derate. I'm not going to derate the truck. Go super slow. But we have a new Vegas yard. I'll show it to you. Now they have DEF there, and we have a mechanic, Terry. Yes, he was working on quality trucks out of Vegas, and then they ended up buying a prime property in Vegas for the yard. And then they were talking to him about working for them full time, mechanic. It's like maybe they're building a grocery store or something here to the left. Anyway, we just ended up buying him out and employing him full time. So he still gets to drive his truck, but it's a quality truck now. In other words, quality owns it. All his stuff, they own it. For the most part, that's just what he was telling me. I asked him for help in finding an airplane. RC airplane. I didn't know it. We were right next to a power plant. Should not be flying drones by a power plant, I found out. I didn't know it was a power plant anyway. Couldn't find the plane where I thought it went. It was weird because the thing was beeping at me, telling me that the battery in the plane was extremely low and to land now, and the plane was headed in one direction. I looked down to read why this thing keeps beeping at me. It's a new radio to me, NX6. And so I looked down, the plane did a U-turn right above my head. So I looked back up and I can't find the plane. I looked to the right, looked to the left, and so I knew it was headed like at 2 o'clock. So I back up and try to look over the trailers. I don't see it, then I hear a thump. It took me an hour and a half to find the plane. Ended up finding it with the drone. Sat in the truck here and flew around looking for it. It was pretty much totaled. The perfect scenario. Stupid on my part. Never take your eyes off a plane in the air whilst you're flying it. But it was only for a second. But it was just a perfect scenario. It literally did a U-turn right above my head. Anyway, so I asked him to take me down to the guard gate, see if we could go inside and look in their property, which they said no, of course, which is fine. But they looked around and they didn't see anything. I ended up like I said, finding it with the drone. So I read a few of the comments, trying to get back into that a bit. Some clown called me a douche and said that I don't, something about chaining up. I don't know how to chain up. And I was like, it's just clown world. I mean, I've been driving on the snow for over 20 years. Well, since 97, what is that? 17 and 5, 22, so it's 25 years I've been driving on the snow. 20 years pretty much all winter long. Well, all winter long, 20 years. And I never threw chains. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, here's a story for you, little boy. Everybody puts chains on in the beginning. and you start driving, you put chains on because you're just learning how to drive. After you've thrown chains on it took me about a year or two. Sometimes I'd go all winter and never chain up. Going up into the hills, off-roading, you get to a point to where you understand what you're dealing with and how to deal with it. That you grow up and know the deal of the chains. I hope I can make this. I'm about governed out right now. Something's coming. I'm gonna have to back off in a hurry. Let me in there, old timer. Not really letting me in, so if it gets to a point, I'll force them over. This is a courtesy on the road. You kind of work with people. I've had to let up on my throttle, let people get over, just for the safety of everybody. Whether I agree with the guy or not, it's irrelevant. It's about safety. Anyway, to clown a douchebag, called me a douchebag. I told him I've thrown more chains than he's been laid. You get to a point where you understand stuff. You understand the dynamics of everything when it comes to snow and driving on it, and what you have to do, what you don't do. Why? Because you've done it for so long. You grow out of chains. Do I put chains on? Yep, I still do. I didn't put any on in that video because I didn't need them. Now, a rookie driver would need them because they don't understand yet. And that's why I was saying a few times, I wish you guys would get out of my way so I can haul butt up this hill. You don't go slow, because then you start to go slower, and you put more power. You start braking traction, then you're done. That's why they do it on Eisenhower Tunnel and Vale. They end up shutting down the highway. They're not going fast enough. Keep their momentum going, irregardless. Like I don't let that stuff bother me. I'm just mentioning it about it, and I don't care if I get bad comments. I care less. I said it before. I'll say it again. If Jesus Christ had a YouTube channel, he'd get hate mail. But serious, at least make it genuine hate. Don't make stuff up like I don't know how to throw chains or I that's why I don't do it, because I don't like doing it. And I'm the first one that'll chain up. I know when to do it. When I should, when I shouldn't. When I don't have to, I should say. And I've been in some pretty hairy situations where I should have been chained up and was worried about sliding backwards on the ice. And let my foot off of the brake after I set the yellow parking brake and getting ready to push it in and drive the trash truck into the mountainside so it doesn't go falling backwards over a cliff, which I would have jumped out by then. I sat there, let my foot off the brake, truck was still sitting there, and I jumped out, ran around the side, grabbed my can that I had sitting between the tank and the frame, threw a bunch of sand behind the tires, and breathed a sigh of relief, knowing the truck, if it did decide to slide, it was going to stop on that sand. Anyway, you learn stuff after a while. You should. Oh, Mike, other guy I worked with, Mike, that guy, good guy, but he was just like it's 40 below zero one time. And he goes, oh, I gotta go chain up and it's so damn cold outside. I go, where you gotta chain up at? Oh, I got Sea Lazy U. And it is a hill, believe me. And the gate right in the middle of the hill. So it's not like the gate was on the bottom that you could set it and then get a running start and go. No, you can't sit at the bottom and then go up there and punch the gate. By the time you walk back and get in your truck and get it to go up, it starts closing. So you gotta park right there. Well, I mean, the guy just chained up religiously. He could literally chain up 4 wheels on his trash truck and have it rolling in 8-10 minutes. He did it every day in Winter Park Highlands. And I've ran that route a few times, and I learned to run that route without chains. You know, you got switchbacks, turns, and hills to climb in a trash truck, 50,000 pounds. You know, we didn't have Sipe tires. After I left, they finally got them a couple of years later. I fought for it forever. And then the new guy come in and he goes, oh, he's from California. Oh, that shit doesn't work. And then we have safety meetings and he's all like, okay, you guys gotta hurry up. And you need to chain your trucks up. And I'm like, what is it? Chain up, hurry up. What do you want us to do? Can't do both. Okay, I'll chain up while I watch the trash company, which is a competitor, go up the hill barefoot while I'm throwing chains. I go, why don't you give us the right equipment and we will hurry up and we will improve these numbers because we won't have to chain. And I was driving these trucks without Sipe tires and you don't get stuck. If you did, you figure out a way to get out because it's embarrassing. Hey, come pull me out. You know. Anyway, that's why I wasn't, you know, I run chains when I need to. I've thrown plenty of them. I can throw them on in 10 minutes too. Not so much anymore now because, man, these chains are all rusted and just big old clob of rusted steel. Sitting a big old pile in that box back there. Problem with that is when you do put them on, you got to run them for maybe a couple miles, and you got to pull over and readjust them all because the rust is now broken off and all your chains have loosened, and you don't want loose chains on your truck. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, 36. I'll show you guys our Vegas yard. And I'll quit ranting and raving. I was just trying to explain to Clown Guy that I am a douchebag because I don't chain. But when you grow up and you learn the skills, yeah, you're right. You don't chain up. So if that's what makes me a douchebag, then so be it. Looks like it's snowing on our way up to Salt Lake City. I reckon we'll just have to deal with it. Got to get there tonight for a delivery in the morning. But it doesn't look that bad. 38 degrees, a little warm. More filming if it gets going good. See you in a bit. Okay, so now it's the 3rd day of filming. The morning with the snow. Yesterday, leaving Goldfield. And today, leaving Salt Lake. So, it is a balmy 38 degrees. We're going to go Highway 6 over here up into the mountains. Assume that we'll get snow. If we do, of course, I'll be filming. But I'm going to end this video for now. It's pieced together. And I apologize too. I said I was going to get footage of our new yard and blonde hair moment. Well, I was blonde when I was younger. I have brown hair. Anyway, at least I still have all my hair. Not that that matters to anything, neither here nor there. So I will get one. Some footage of that yard. Kind of a neat yard. Kind of bland one too. It's a big open yard, but it's clean, nice. Anyway, I'm going to spend the 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, in Junction with the kids and grandkids. So I want to go flying, RC flying. Might do that. All depends on the weather. That's what's going to dictate that. Like once I go back to work on Tuesday, that's when it starts being like partly cloudy and sunny. I'm surprised we're not getting snow here now. We are at the end of December. Salt Lake City should be snowing. This is always a sister city to Denver, is what it reminds me of. It's a lot like Denver, but it's different. I mean, this is 15, they have 25. We have mountains to the west, they have mountains to the east. And they got some to the west as well. Whereas it's just flat after east of 25. So we'll call this video good for now. Thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. We are close to our exit. See ya.